News out of Seattle, DK Metcalf wants to be traded to somewhere else where he could be the true number one receiver. I think the emergence of Jackson Smith and Jigba probably ticked him off a little bit. He wants to be the number one, not Jackson Smith and Jigba. DK is a big receiver, a physical guy that can really, really run. I feel like personally, he's underachieved the last 3 or 4 years. I know he's put up some good numbers, but I think with his size, his speed, his ability to go get it, he should be more productive. And I don't know if it's Geno Smith, the offensive coordinator, whatever, but I think DK Metcalf could bring a lot to the table if anybody wants to trade for him. And I'm sure there's a lot of takers out there for him. I can think of a lot off the top of my head. New England Patriots, they need a wide receiver in the worst way, especially a true number one. New England's got to be one of my top choices just because they got Kendrick Bourne, Boutte, and Demario Douglas, I believe, are their 3 receivers right now. They need a big guy that can really run. And Drake May needs some help. You know, for Drake May to come out and throw a hitch and have DK Metcalf take it for 40 makes it a lot easier on the quarterback where he doesn't have to push the ball down the field all the time. And then DK can also run by people. We know how he can run the vertical routes as well. So having DK for a young quarterback is a great security blanket for him, and it'd be a great fit. How about the Houston Texans with Nico Collins and DK walking side by side for CJ Stroud? That'd be awesome combination as well. I think DK would help the Texans a lot. Nico and DK side by side or on different sides would be hell on a defense. It would be a lot of cover too. That would make Joe Mixon's job a lot easier as well. Both those guys are great blockers. They would demand a lot of attention, a lot of 2-shell type coverages. Means a lot of light boxes for Joe Mixon. And Joe didn't have a lot of great blocking, but he still was productive last year. So if they can upgrade their offensive line a little bit, get DK and Nico Collins next to each other, CJ will be better, Joe Mixon will be better, and Nico will be better. And I always look at the Chargers. I've talked about the Chargers a lot. We loved what Ladd McConkey did, but they need another big-time receiver for Justin Herbert for them to take the next step. They went to the playoffs last year, lost in the first round, but they need another big-time player for Justin Herbert. We know how good Justin Herbert can be. Get him some weapons. I think this is a huge move for the Chargers to make, yes. I think Ladd McConkey's a great player. There's no doubt about it, but they need a bigger weapon on the outside. Quentin Johnston's still under contract. Joshua Palmer's gone, a free agent anyway. They need a playmaker on the outside other than McConkey. You know, their running game is going to be their running game. Jim Harbaugh loves to run the football. We know that. But the play actions and the drop back passing game just becomes a lot better for Justin Herbert if they can get DK Metcalf. I actually wrote the Packers down. You know, I like Dubes, Watson, and Reed. There are 3 young players that are pretty good, and Wicks too. They have 4 actually pretty good young receivers, but like Josh Jacobs says, they don't have a true number one Ward daddy, and this would be a great pickup for them where these young guys can learn from and benefit from his experience. And Josh Jacobs would also benefit from that. Jordan Love would definitely benefit from having DK Metcalf on their football team. They might be happy with the young guys they have already, which is fine. They're good players, but adding a guy like DK Metcalf with his production and his experience would do the Packers big time favors. And I think the LA Rams, I mean, I know they just signed Matthew Stafford to a huge deal, but if Cooper Kupp's on a trading block, who else do they have besides Puka Nacua? How about DK Metcalf and Puka Nacua next to each other? Probably a long shot, but I think that'd be fun to look at. But they do need another outside receiver. I think Robinson's their only other guy. He's a free agent. They need some help. I don't know if Tutu Atwell's still there, but they could use a big-time player. And we know Sean McVay loves to run the football with Kyron Williams, and DK is an excellent blocker, and the play actions with DK Metcalf on the skinny posts. That'd be a hell of a dynamic to have to go along with Puka Nacua. Stafford, we know, can throw it in any tight window possible. And this is a big target, goes across the middle, be a perfect fit. Highly unlikely, but a perfect fit. I would imagine they'll try to get a second-round draft pick for him. I don't think they're getting a first-round pick for him. I think if the team gets a restructured deal, I think a second-round draft pick is a fair asking price for DK. Like I said, he has underachieved, in my opinion, the last couple of years. But second or third-round pick would be good. A team could get a nice number one receiver, a 1A receiver, and DK can provide that. He's a big guy that can block and run, obviously, and second or third-round pick, I think it'd be fair. I think it's the right time to do it now before free agency. There's not a lot of great receivers in free agency. I think you add DK to the list, I think he boosts himself up to the number one free agent available. If obviously you have to trade for him, so he's not a free agent, but I think that's a huge player to add to your football team, the best player available. A lot of guys are coming off injury. A lot of guys are a little bit older. DK by far, I think, is the best free agent available. So if you could trade for him to upgrade your receiving core, because it's going to be hard to upgrade your receiving core with the free agents available. You're going to bank on somebody coming back from a knee injury, an Achilles injury, whatever it might be, or an aging receiver. I think this is the only true number one available. Obviously, he's not a free agent, but available via trade.
Spice up your sports viewing experience with the Underdog app. Underdog is the best place to play. Pick 'em on all of your favorite sports. Just choose higher or lower on your favorite players' stats, and you can join the millions of fans who have won billions of dollars on Underdog. What are you waiting for? Sign up now using promo code POCKET. That's POCKET, and you can get up to $1,000 in bonus credits. Download the Underdog app or visit UnderdogFantasy.com to get started today.